that there are people in this country who have entered this country illegally, been staying in this country for the last 30, 40 or 50 years. Documents are there, but most of them are fake. So as more and more people come here, the question is, should India show the larger heart and allow all these refugees to come here? Now, if you're planning to remove them out, are you going to remove the ones who came now or who came before? Now, in any society you will go, there will be people who are suffering discrimination. You go to the American society, you will easily find that discrimination is still being faced by the black Americans. The basic idea behind citizenship is full and equal membership of a political community. There are certain rights which are only enjoyed by the citizens of the country. Hi all, welcome to OnlyIAS YouTube English channel, and I'm back here again with our fourth lecture in our NCERT series for polity, which is on citizenship. Before we head on with our chapter, few announcements. Number one, yes, this is my Telegram channel, people. Any doubts or queries that you have, you may reach out to me over here. I teach the subject of public administration and PW, and I also handle the current affairs classes there and all the polity and governance class too for the Pinnacle batch. So public administration, the next batch will start from November. Already the batch is running. Since 30th June it is running. But those of you are planning to join PUBAT, you may consider this. From November onwards, the next batch will start. And it will be in the English language basically. That is 80% will be in English. The PPT, the material, the PDF, the explanations, everything. Certain tough sentences, especially for the Hindi speaking crowd, we will be, or rather I will be explaining it in Hindi. Clear? Moving on. Now our freedom offer, that is the Independence Day offer, it's over. Now what we have is the Titan batch and the Pinnacle batch. Those who are aiming for 2026, especially if it is a do or die situation for you, you have very limited time. You have to give your attempt next year and you're still thinking what to do. You may pick this up. Titan batch, which will be completely in English. The current price is 10,999. But in the event, let us say you're a working professional. You have time with you, or you're even in your second or third year of college. You still have another 2 years for your college to complete. Professional course, whatever. I would recommend you Pinnacle batch. Course, curriculum, everything is the same. It covers all the JS subjects and CSAT, both of it. The only difference is that this is for a 2-year period. So if your attempt is in 2027, you may consider picking up Pinnacle batch because it will have just 1-2 classes per day. You can do it very slowly and easily. It will neither affect your work schedule, nor will it affect your college. Alright people, any other queries that you have, please reach out to this number 080-7117-444-6. All the class notes will be available free of cost in the PW app. All you have to do is enroll. So they'll be asking you basic details. Just fill it up. You can access all the class notes. Whatever PPTs I'm using here, you'll be able to access it. So citizenship, let us try to understand it first. The basic idea behind citizenship is full and equal membership of a political community. Full. We are all part of one big political community called India. It's a community. We are all politically united. Correct? We are all belonging to this territory. We are all belonging to this region. All citizens get the equal rights. That is why we call it in full. We have a collective political identity and unalienable rights. That means these rights cannot be taken away from me. These are like very basic rights that has to be given to any citizen of the country. When we talk about citizenship, that is what it means. There are certain rights which are only enjoyed by the citizens of the country. Case in point being, in our case, it is basically the fundamental rights. Citizen and state. So when you say you are a citizen of a country, what does it mean? You basically receive rights from the state, correct? Like I told you, India gives us fundamental rights. Also seek state protection. That means it is the responsibility of the state, be it the state government under which law and order comes, or be it the central government under which defense comes, to ensure that the citizens are safe. Then it also talks about citizen to citizen relations, how these needs to be maintained. Or citizen society relations based on the principles of justice, liberty, equality and fraternity. Well, fraternity is the main idea. Unfortunately, most of us, we remember that we are Indians only on 2 circumstances. When there is an India-Pakistan cricket match, or when there is a war between India and Pakistan. Otherwise, we are always worried about caste, color, creed, religion, sex, language, and whatnot. Citizens are inheritors and trustees of culture and natural resources of the country. Trustees and inheritors. That means whatever culture we have inherited from our freedom fighters, people who fought for our freedom. We have inherited that culture from them, correct? You talk about the ideals, you talk about the religious culture, etc. It goes even dates back to centuries from the Vedic period onwards. Then we are also the trustees there. Whatever we have inherited, the resources we have inherited, we are supposed to be protecting it, not destroying it. Moving on. Historical context. The idea behind a citizen, a state, this first emerged through the French Revolution of 1789. For us also, the whole concept of we should be our own nation emerged from the freedom struggle. Similarly, you will find the anti-apartheid movement which took place in South Africa. All of this was about to get equal rights. All of it. Understanding full and equal membership, it basically means that insider-outsider relationship. What do you mean by insider-outsider? Insider-outsider means, see, as a country when you talk about insider-outsider, if you go to USA, you go to Ireland, you go to Norway, Denmark, Sweden, Finland, the Scandinavian countries, these are some of the best places in the world where you can live. Where, there are good facilities, good public transportation system, etc., good governance. But why is it that most Indians are not going to such places? From outside, everything looks good. But the moment you are there inside that country, you are just an outsider. Very recently also, you would have seen that example where in Ireland, a girl was attacked. Small girl, maybe around 10 years old. She was kicked and beaten up brutally by teenage boys. On what ground? Just because she was an Indian. Many a times this has happened. Racial attacks have taken place against Indians in the so-called very modern or very educated countries. Why? As far as they are concerned, we are outsiders. We have come from outside. We are not part of their culture. You may get a citizenship. You may get all the residency rights, permit, this, that, document. You will get it. But in reality, as part of a culture or as part of a identity, will they accept you as one among them? Never. That is never going to happen. So Indians face this there. Getting the point here. So when you actually say full and equal membership, it is always this debate is ongoing. Insider, outsider. Oh, they are from outside. How can we give rights to them? Just like how we tell, how can we give rights to illegally entered Bangladeshi immigrants or illegally entered Pakistani immigrants, illegally entered Afghani immigrants? We cannot do that, correct? We cannot do that. Same logic is what other countries are applying on Indians too. Interpreting full and equal membership within democratic framework, certain basic rights for all citizens along with its protection, like fundamental rights are given to all citizens of the country, and for any violation of the fundamental right, you have Article 32, whereby which you can directly approach the Supreme Court if your fundamental right is violated, or you have Article 226, where you can approach the High Court in case your fundamental right is under threat. Got it? Moving on. So, what it is? Comparison point, insiders, outsiders. Okay, division dynamics. Those inside the crowded place, like a train compartment, form a unit, become insiders, and oppose others who are trying to enter. That is outsiders. Similar divisions are observed in cities, regions, or at the national level. So, this insider-outsider debate, the textbook has basically used a nice analogy. What is the analogy here? That it is almost like people are already jam-packed inside a train. And more people are trying to enter. What will they do? They will not allow the door to open. They'll just lock it from inside and say, no place. This is exactly what is happening in some of the cities in our country. Be it Mumbai, be it Bengaluru. Not telling that Bengaluru doesn't allow outsiders to come there. But always that debate is there. The city is filled with outsiders. The city, it is all filled with outside state people. It has nothing to do with Kannadigas. Kannadigas are a minority here. They keep telling that. Same debate is there even in Mumbai. Why does that debate occur in the first place? See, it is all about education at the bottom line. That is what has happened is these cities grew faster than even the governments could plan it or even develop it. Whenever the government tries to plan something, more amount of people are coming into the state, the city. So what happens is there is very limited resources. So everybody starts fighting for it. So whoever is having more education or a better job or maybe more salary, they are able to take the advantage of it. Whereas the poor people, maybe they are from the same state, like other non-Bangaloreans, maybe they are Kannadigas, they are from other parts of Karnataka or they are maybe other parts of Maharashtra. But when they approach Mumbai, they feel, what is this? Why are we not able to have all the nice things? Why is it that all the outsiders are enjoying here? That happens, that feeling comes in. Just like it's the same feeling that you get. Why are we not allowed to enter the train? You would have seen those videos, right? Where a train is there, which was going to Kumbh Mela, and there was this, boy who had picked up a stone or something metallic to break open the glass to enter it. The same thing, the same feeling. Scarce resources, the space is limited. Jobs, medical care, education, and natural resources are very limited in the country. So obviously there will be a fight. Finally, those inside attempt to prevent further entries. Demands may arise to restrict entry to outsiders. For example, Mumbai for Mumbai cars. So that sort of a movement has only happened in Mumbai basically. It has not generally happened inside Bengaluru. Bengaluru, the only demand has been so far that whoever is staying in the city, they should learn that language. Language debate. Now that is a totally different topic altogether, which is again very sensitive in the current scenario. Let us not get into that now. Moving further forward, right to freedom of movement and full and equal membership. What does that mean? See, if you really tell that I'm a citizen of a country, the first and foremost thing that is necessary for me is what? I should be able to move wherever I want, whenever I want. Why? Because this is necessary for almost all the working population. They should be able to freely move out the territory of India, to settle anywhere, to get any job and carry on with their activities. Resistance is generally witnessed when too many outsiders come to a particular city, which you can see in Mumbai. And there lies the paradox of migration. That is, we are like that. When we see more and more outsiders in a state, in our state, we will resist it. This has happened inside Assam. Alright, Assam Students' Union movement, which took place when Bangladeshi refugees had flooded Assam during the Bangladesh Liberation War, thereby changing the local demographic. It led to massive violence to the point where finally the Rajiv Gandhi government had to sign, yes, we will conduct an NRC and we will find out who are the illegally entered immigrants here, we will remove them. This promise was given, had to be given. Because that is the main idea here. That is, you don't want other people to come there because it is changing the demography, it is changing the local culture, it is changing the entire food eating habits, everything, everywhere it is getting affected. Well, that is the same reason why USA doesn't want Indians to settle in USA. That is the same reason UK, when they signed the recent trade deal with India, UK clearly told, we don't want IT service people coming to UK. Why? Because if IT service people go there, the UK citizens will lose their job. Number one. But then in the trade deal we have signed, what other things we have signed then, if not IT services? You know to sing, you're a Carnatic music teacher, or you are a Bharatanatyam dancer, or you are a yoga instructor. For these type of categories, you can get a visa. I'm not joking. Other than IT services, information technology related services, if you are into some niche categories of employment, dance teaching, music teaching, yoga instructor, physical fitness also, you will get your visa easily. Got the picture? Handling right to movement. How do you handle right to movement in India? Through Article 19. So that there is right to freedom of speech and expression, right to freedom of movement, right to assembly peacefully and without arms, right to form association, right to reside and settle in any part of India, right to practice any profession of your choice. All these 6 fundamental rights comes under Article 19. And what is the guiding principle here? The guiding principle is full equal rights as a citizen. Got the point? And whatever issues are there, it should be actually negotiated and discussed. Because in a parliamentary democracy, or in a democracy as such, You are supposed to have debates. You are supposed to have deliberations before coming to a conclusion. Other facets of equal rights in citizenship, fresh interpretation of citizenship rights due to globalization. That is, globalization has actually changed the meaning of citizenship. Like I told you, UK doesn't want more immigrants to come into their country. UK doesn't want more immigrants to come into their country. Why? Even Southeast Asian nations doesn't want more immigrants to come into the country. It has actually become difficult for most of the Indians to actually go abroad. I agree. Even then we are going abroad. But it is no more easy like how it used to be maybe probably 5 or 10 years ago. What is the reason? It is increasingly because of another culture, or rather a change which has occurred, which is protectionism. That is, most countries in the Western or Eastern world, their governments have come into power on the promise that we will not allow outsiders to come in. That is the major criteria. That is the promise that they have given, and for that reason, they have come into power. Best example, Donald Trump. I will not allow anybody to come in. I will make America great again. MAGA. All of this is part of the culture of protectionism. Ensure greater equality. Very, very true. Now, in any society you will go, there will be people who are suffering discrimination. You go to the American society, you will easily find that discrimination is still being faced by the black Americans. Correct? In India, when you come to, you still know that Dalits are facing what? Inequality. Moving on. Diverse needs of different communities needs to be catered to. And whenever you are framing policies, it should be inclusive policies. Marginalized groups and their predicaments. Urban poor and slum dwellers, and tribal people and forest dwellers. So even though when we say equal citizenship, full and equal citizenship, when we say, or full and equal rights when we say, the reality we know that awareness of rights and government intervention. When it comes to urban poor and slum dwellers, people are staying in urban areas, poor urban people, as well as people are staying inside the slum. They generally don't enjoy all the rights. So you need awareness campaigns and government intervention actually to improve their access to basic rights. For example, if you talk about the slum, Dharavi, that is currently being redeveloped by government along with the Adani group. All right. Now, this is a small homework for you. Just put it up in the chat section very quickly. Comment section. Can you name a few initiatives of the government of India for slum dwellers and tribal people? All right. Supreme Court Olga Tellis versus Bombay Municipal Corporation. In this 1985 ruling, Supreme Court basically told that it is the right of the slum dwellers to reside on pavement or in slums under Article 21. If you're removing anybody from there, it is the responsibility of the state to ensure that they are provided an alternate place to live. So if I am going to remove a slum, or if I'm going to remove people who are sleeping on the footpath, if I'm going to remove them, then I should give them what? An alternate place to reside. If I cannot give that, they have every right to sleep in the pavements. What is happening in most of the developed countries is they also have footpaths. So there people don't sleep in the footpath, because there they have benches for people to sit. You're tired walking, you can sit in a public bench. And in these public benches, they have ensured that in the night time, this is a bench, okay. Top view it is. So night time, what happens is, there'll be small circles like this inside. Where at the night time, these circles are nothing but metallic rods. Okay, these metallic rods will be there. As soon as it's after 8 or 9 p.m., automatically, like an alarm is set, the metal rods will come rising up. Forget sitting on it, you won't even be able to sleep on it. Forget sleeping, you won't even be able to sit on it. Got the point here? That is how this thing works. Many a place they are doing it, so that the cities look very clean. No poor people, no slum dwellers. They are all pushed to the fringes of the city, the outskirts of the city, where basically you will find all sorts of problems, sanitation issue, poverty, all that you will find, whichever city you go. The so-called New York also, if you visit, you can see the dirtiest parts of New York. Where one look at it, you will actually wonder, is this really New York or have I visited some city in Asia? Got it? Citizenship and nation. Again, citizenship and nation, when you talk about, you have evolution of nation state concept, which started with what? French Revolution. Whoever has a shared history and unique culture, and all of them, whoever share a national identity, they are all part of it. Diversity within the modern states, a shared political identity. That is, in spite of India's diverse culture, religion, caste, region, etc., we all share the same political identity. India's unique approach to citizenship is, these are our uniqueness. We are a secular democratic state. We don't have an officially declared state religion. Plus, we accommodate as many diverse cultures as possible. Provisions of Indian citizenship is easily mentioned in Part 2 of Constitution and the Citizenship Act of 1955. Anybody can acquire citizenship in India by birth, descent, registration, naturalization, or territory inclusion. Now, these points are very clearly mentioned. Elaboratively, it is mentioned inside the Lakshmikant Polity textbook. All right. So, there in the part of the old Polity series where I was taken, there also it is available. You may refer to it. Rights of religious and linguistic minorities, Article 29 and 30, the French case. So, in India, basically, every religion is protected, every language is protected, and they have every right for what? Protecting their culture also. That means, even if you're talking about the Sikhs, they can wear their turban, the kada, correct, the kirpan, all that they can wear. They can even have beard. They are allowed to do that. When it comes to Muslims also, they can easily wear burqa or even the skull cap, whatever they wear, that also they can wear. Nothing wrong with it. But in the case of France, there is still an ongoing debate. Should religious symbols be allowed to be displayed in public places? If they are being allowed, then to what extent? That debate is still going on, even though France is also a democratic country. Challenges associated with citizenship. Everybody will not have the same rights. Like I told you, Dalits as well as the women, the disadvantaged section, they may all not enjoy the same right. But then why have I put this? The Indian problem here. See, basically, let me tell you, we have a unique situation. I agree. Our diversity is one reason. This is internal reason. If you see problem associated with citizenship is not everybody get the same rights, political rights, social rights, economic rights. But the other problem is what? The other problem is what we are dealing with. Illegal immigrants coming in, refugees coming in. So talk about Rohingya Muslims, talk about people, Bangladeshi illegal immigrants, or talk about people who have come through Pakistan, talk about people who have come through through Afghanistan. All these people are staying inside our country since many years illegally. It is very difficult to sort it out. As part of my current affairs class, which I took place yesterday, Wednesday, I have clearly mentioned it. In after the 78 years of independence, now we are putting up borders across Myanmar, Bangladesh, and as well as Pakistan. Work is still not completed. So, as more and more people come here, the question is, should India show the larger heart and allow all these refugees to come here or illegal immigrants to come here, allow them to settle here and give them citizenship? Now, if you are planning to remove them out, are you going to remove the ones who came now or who came before? When will you keep the cutoff date? All these are very difficult questions to answer because there is no single point solution to it. Global variation in citizenship criteria. If you're talking about ethnicity as a criteria, ethnicity is a criteria in Israel as well as in Germany. All right. Marshall's view on citizenship. Again, one particular thinker it is. Very quickly, let us see. Marshall's view on citizenship is status is conferred on full members of a community. That is, you are the full-time member there. Full-time Indian, not part-time. And what is the essence of the status? It is equality. All the citizens will be treated equally. Rights and duties endured upon citizens, and it is continuously improved. Especially if you see rights and duties we have, that is fundamental rights are there, fundamental duties are there. And under fundamental rights, again, we have Article 21. Continuously improved means when you talk about right to life has been continuously improved. As Supreme Court has rightfully said, right to life does not mean mere animalistic existence. That is not to just live like an animal. It means you should have clean air, clean water. And very recently into this list, the Supreme Court has also added right to mental health. Got the point, people? Social class is a structure that perpetuated inequality. Very, very true. In our country, two things that has actually perpetuated inequality is one is caste and the other will be religion. Then there are certain cardinal rights. Cardinal rights means this, it's almost like divine rights. You're not supposed to deny it. Civil rights, political rights, and social rights. Universal citizenship and global citizenship. Universal citizenship simply means, irrespective of national, ethnic, or religious background, everybody are human beings at the end of the day. Don't look into anybody's background. Migration, refugees, and stateless people should also be treated humanely. That is the principle behind universal citizenship. However, in the context of increasing protectionism, question is being asked, or rather, the whole debate surrounds today, how should migration be treated? How should refugees be treated? How should stateless people should be treated? How does a person become stateless? When he decides that I don't want to go back to that country anymore. A person, let us say they ran away from Pakistan, they came to India, but we are like, sorry, we will not be able to, we cannot accept you here, you have to go back. Pakistan is neither ready to accept him. India is not ready to take him. Now he has become literally stateless. 5 pillars of global citizenship are relational diplomacy. That is based on relations, you maintain a minimal diplomacy. How you treat, that is, if you're having a friendly relationship with Russians, we have right now. So, obviously, we'll treat any Russian decently enough if they come to our country. Same courtesy is extended to Indians. Global leadership, global understanding. That means when you talk about global citizenship, it is all about what? You're thinking everything from a larger world perspective. A world perspective here. Where global leadership, there is no single leader. Again, in today's world, there is no single power center. It's a multipolar world. Civic engagement, academic and professional competence. So all these pillars ultimately talks about how you engage internationally. And it is all about merit again, academic and professional competence. Your judgment is only on the basis of how good you are academically, how good you are as a professional. Got it? So universal citizenship, let us understand this now broadly. It concerns about the rights to citizenship in the state where one resides, especially for migrants and refugees. It refers to the interconnectedness of the individuals globally, transcending national borders. Media depiction. It often showcases individuals escaping crises like war or famine. For example, people from Darfur in Sudan, Palestinians, Burmese, and Bangladeshis. It has been highlighted through global events that affect multiple nations, like the 2004 South Asian tsunami, international terrorism, and global health crisis. So, global citizenship, when we talk about, these are again people who are affected by global problems. State membership and citizenship criteria. States have their criteria for citizenship. They regulate migration and may exclude unwanted individuals. Every state has the right to do that. Every country has the right to do that. The modern challenges sometimes surpass a single state's capacity. Global citizenship advocates for rights and responsibilities on a broader scale. Global citizenship is basically about keeping all the doors open, all the borders open, let people move freely. But obviously, for security reasons, it cannot be allowed. Stateless people and refugees. If not accepted by any state, people become stateless or refugees. They face challenges in accessing basic rights. UN addresses these challenges through the High Commissioner for Refugees. Interestingly enough, India has not ratified a single UN Convention on Refugees. Because if you ratify it, if you actually assent or sign it, that document, it simply means that if anybody comes to our country, we will give them refugee status. Because from refugee status, it is easy to get citizenship. But we don't offer refugee status to anybody until and unless we decide. It is a discretion of the government. Global citizenship aims to ensure rights and protection to stateless people irrespective of their location. India offered refuge to the Dalai Lama and his followers in 1959, which was actually a political refuge that was given, just like how we gave very recently to Sheikh Hasina, political asylum. Many migrants crossed into India challenging the promise of democratic citizenship. Global response to events like the Asian tsunami exemplifies global interconnectedness. Modern communication tools like the internet and cell phones highlight the change in our perspective towards a more global outlook. Challenges. Borders can be reshaped by wars or political disputes, leaving many people in limbo. Limbo means they are doubtful. Are they belonging to this region or are they belonging to that region? And again, it is confusing if you don't have your borders clearly marked and fenced. This raises questions about citizenship's feasibility as a solution. The challenge is to balance the significance of national citizenship with the growing realization of the interconnected world. So, when you talk about globalization, again, what is the challenge here? Now, Trump has basically said that we'll put 50% tariff. That's it, done. We'll punish India. Easier said than done. Because what he has not realized is we are all an interconnected world today. Even something small that happens maybe in a small state like Croatia will have an impact in India or will have an impact in China. So when USA decides, okay, let us not do this, let us discourage everything from India, who is actually going to get affected? It is the US community. They are going to get impacted by this. Got the point here? So it is not at all easy. We are living in a very interconnected world, whereby which any one event will affect the other. Advantages and potential benefits. Universal citizenship seeks to mitigate the challenges faced by stateless people and migrants by advocating for their right to citizenship in their residing state. This is what, again, most of the NGOs as well as the left liberal ideologists keep telling, that India should show a bigger heart towards these migrants, etc. Even if you look at the whole SIR issue, what is happening in Bihar, people are worried, oh, genuine voters may go out. More than the genuine voters who are actually going to go out is these sort of people who have entered the country illegally and are stateless. They are the ones who are going to get be left out actually. Getting the point here? No media will report it actually, because we all know it, that there are people in this country who have entered this country illegally, been staying in this country for the last 30, 40 or 50 years, having all the necessary documents. Documents are there, but most of them are fake. It promises to address issues spanning multiple nations. It advocates for basic rights and protection irrespective of location. The larger humanistic perspective there. The focus is on moral responsibilities of states in the context of migration and the challenges of including or excluding people based on predefined citizenship criteria. So again, you would have seen during Operation Sindoor, again, some women, it was found that they were staying inside India illegally. They were from Pakistan. And then we actually told them, you can leave, etc. So then many media reported, see, she's a grandmother now, the crying image, photo, etc. Everything came. Very nice to see, very nice PR work. But let me be very honest here. We have to secure our borders. High time we had complete data about who are the people that are there in our country legally and illegally. The most humble estimates suggest that there are at least 2 crore people in our country who are illegally staying and settling. This is the most humble estimate. At least 2 crore. To emphasize the interconnected world we live in, highlighting the need for cooperation beyond national boundaries, which is very, very important, especially for trade, business, as well as for cooperating against issues like terrorism, climate change, etc. Got it, people? With that, we come to an end of our discussion. Once again, my Telegram channel, people, any doubts or queries are there, please put it up in the chat section or comment section and let us know what we can do to further make this more interesting. Anything else you need to discuss, please reach out to me in my Telegram channel. Take care, people.